Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is the second part of the three-part series where I do my foundation routine, I do my highlighter and contour, as well as my brow routine. So in this video, you will be seeing me doing the highlighter and contouring routine, what products I use, how I use them, all that jazz. So if you haven't seen the first video, which is my foundation routine, that would be listed down below and you can go check that out. If you aren't subscribed, you can also subscribe to see the third video, the last video for next week, and yeah, all kinds of other videos as well. Please give this video a thumbs up. Tell me down below what is your favorite face products or your routine that you love following, and yes, so that I can know what you do as well. I hope you enjoy this video and let's go. Hello and welcome back. In our previous video we did the foundation routine for myself, my current foundation routine, and then also I set my face already. I don't know if I should include the setting powder in my foundation routine, if I should include it in my contour and highlight routine, because I do powder, contour and highlight, and I feel like my setting powder is also a powder. Everything's a powder. So I use the Nude Illusions. This is my favorite Catrice powder. Favorite. I think this is my fourth one in the last year, believe it or not. So it lasts very long. So for contour and highlight, if you want to see the foundation routine, you can go to the previous video or the link down in the bio and you can go check that out first. So today we are doing the contour and highlighting as future Angelica with a beautiful contour and highlight and face done set. I'm going to use my favorite products, obviously, because this is my routine. So the first thing I'll be using is the NYX highlighting and contour palette. This is a Holy Grail. As you can see, I've used that highlight quite a bit, and then same with the shades at the bottom. I use the contour shades more than what I do the highlighting shades. These two shades here, the banana and like the peachy one, I don't really use. I know it was a big craze to use a banana powder at a time, like 2 or 3 years ago. That was the thing to do, and then baking came in and then everyone switched to a translucent powder again and all that jazz. So I think that's why this is here. I like this palette because when you've used up one of them, you can literally pop it out and you can just buy a refill, which is very nice. Thank you, NYX. But yeah, this is the shades I use for my contouring. So what I'll do is I'll go in with the lightest ones first and just like bronze up the sides of my face just to layer that first one in, because this is a grey toned brown, which I prefer. And then after that I'll mix these two, which is a bit more of a bronzy orangey bronzing powder, contour powder, and mix it with this one, which is a bit... Okay, so the camera cut out and I lost my train of thought, but I think I was at this guy. Yeah, so let's just start. Brush wise, I feel like the brushes are super important when doing contour and highlighting. If you have a too big brush, you will look muddy. If you have a too small brush, you won't make an impact on your face and you'll take much longer than you're supposed to for highlighting and contouring. So for highlighting, the two brushes I normally use, this one I haven't used that much since I got this one. This is the Morphe something. The writing's off. I think this is the Morphe or something. It's just a nice domed brush to get into that space. Really nice for more bronzing up, not specifically contouring, but to bronze. It's perfect. The next one, the other one I got this is the Fushini. I think Fushini has now this new makeup brand out and they've got loads of brushes. So this is a Fushini. I think this is a contouring, no, this is a blush brush. But I like this brush because if you look at like this, it's a bit broader than when you turn it like that, and you can see it's a bit more like shaped like that. And what's nice is it's got like space for your fingers to like put your fingers in, so it's like control. It's like very comforting to like put your hand on, man. How do you say it? It reminds me of a Harry Potter one. So yeah, this is quite a really nice brushy, very affordable. I think I paid 80 Rand for this brush, or 89 Rand for this brush. So I'm pretty impressed. I'm definitely gonna get another one. The hairs do come out a bit, but not like a real horsehair brush. So it's quite good. I really love it. I'm definitely gonna get me more of them because I think it'll be nice for highlighting as well. For highlighting, this is the only brush I've been using for, I don't even want to exaggerate, I think 6 or 7 years. I haven't necessarily looked or found another brush that I really like. Back in the day when they still had these Ruby boxes where you pay a monthly subscription and then you get a box full of like either sample or big sizes of all kinds of different hair and beauty and skincare, and then you'll test it out, and then so you'll try all different kinds of brands. So they had their own, I think they're still up and running, but I don't actually know what they still do. They have like a brush collection, and this is one of the original Ruby box brushes. This is actually a blush brush, but I've been using this for highlighting ever since. I like using the side and then just getting into that like space there. So this has been the brush that I've constantly been going back to. So I haven't found anything else, and I find like fan brushes, I don't like fan brushes that much. And then also these like tapered brushes, something like this. I like highlighting all over. Okay, let's just start with this. So I'm gonna take my NYX palette, and I'm not using the Morphe brush, I'll be using the Fushini brush. I'm starting with the lighter color, and I'm not dipping in my whole brush and swirling it around. I do the edges, well not the edges, the side of the brush. So I keep it flat and I do like the side, so that when I go in I only get those side bits. Normally, okay, well I've already dipped in my brush, but normally I'll start at the bottom of my chin, just to create a little shadow there, just to make your chin area look a bit more flattering. So I'll focus it right there and then just go on my chin area just for a bit more definition. I have these natural indents. I won't say it's dimples because it's not there or there. It's more here on my cheek, so right by my ear. Normally when you do contour, you would take a brush from the top of your ear to the side of your mouth, and that would be your contour line. But I feel like I have the natural indent, so I know exactly where to place it, which is very convenient for me, but I know most people don't have that. So use the ear to mouth method and don't go past your outside of your eye, otherwise you'll look muddy. So let's just do that. So I'm gonna dip into the lightest color. I do this thing with my mouth just to make the indents more prominent, and then I can get in there. So I just do this, and you can see that line. So I've put it on the one side of the brush, and I'll just go in there lightly, focusing on the back because that's where you want the most product, and just swooping it forward. And then circular motions, buffing it up. Don't go down, go up, otherwise you'll get muddy at the bottom. So just like that, in circular motions, just focus on that area. The more you buff, the more seamless you'll get. So that is what we have going on. After I've done that on both sides, so that's the start of our contouring. I like layering it up just so that it looks a bit more natural. Well, I don't do natural, but not as plucked on. And then I'll go up a bit to the temples, not too much. I don't do my forehead that much because I don't have a big forehead. People with big foreheads will do it like right there and there on the sides, just to give you a more receding forehead. So after that shade, I will go into the other two shades, which are these two. I literally just tap them in because it's so pigmented, and I tap it off. And I'll go in 2 or 3 times just to build the intensity and like make it look nice and seamless. So buffing it out every time just helps. Tap, tap, tap off, and then just do that same type of motion. You'll see it'll get darker as we go. And I just do this in circular motions just to make sure that it's all buffed out nicely. And then if you're happy with that, we can move on to highlighting portion. You can go back in to see if you want a bit of extra here on the side, a bit darker. There you go. If you feel like you've done a bit of a too heavy contour, I go back in with a brush and I just stipple that. I normally just go underneath the contour and just kind of wipe it clean, or just that extra bit of translucent powder on your brush just wipes it clean, making it a bit more of a crisp line. Or you can just do that like that. So that is then the contour, I feel like, done. Then for highlighting, normally I don't go in with this one, this pinky shade. It shows up really grey on my skin, so I look like Tin Man. So we're gonna skip that step, and I'm gonna go in with my MAC Skin Perfecting, this guy. This is the Extra Dimension Skin Finish in Double Gleam. This is like a champagne-y gold, no, not a golden, but like a rose gold champagne-y shade. And I as you can see, that's what it looks like. I usually go in with Soft and Gentle, but that guy's now done after I think 2 years, 3 years. So now I go in with this guy. So it's really nice. You can't actually even see it. As you can see, I'm just using this top, like that part where the MAC imprint is. I don't even go in there. I'll just do that. I go in with a whole brush, just like tap it in. And then I go over my nose. This is my favorite thing to do, is just literally brushing over my nose quite quickly, I feel like, to get that nice highlight on the nose. My nose is super dry, so it's like a bit flaky, but okay. So like that, and then I would turn it to the side and then go to the side of that, and then I'll add that. At first, like roughly etch it on the skin, and then I'll go in with a bit more, and then I'll like buff it in. And as you can see, super natural. And then I go up to my eyebrow, believe it or not. So creating like a C. Just for a bit more glowiness. But on the Cupid's bow. And that is what we are looking like. This is really a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful highlight. The other one is like white, and then when you, like, it's a duochrome almost. It's got like this reflector in. I won't say it's holographic because it's got like a pinky, greeny, purpley, no, not pink, purpley, blue, greeny, like shine to it when you like see it in the light. That is definitely the next one I will be trying. So for now, we are on Double Gleam. Go get yourself this one. It's gorgeous. So that is then, ooh, gorgeous. Most of the time when I go on to my highlight, I do a bit much on that, and then I'll go in with my contour brush again, just to see if I can just blend those two in together, just to make sure that they are seamless. Sometimes it's not needed, but most times it is, just to make sure everything looks good. And that is then the contour and highlighting done. Very, very simple. I don't do blush, as I said. It's too much for my cheeks. I've got those burned red cheeks already. So that is just a highlight and contouring done. So what you can do is you can go subscribe, and next week you'll see my brow routine video. That'll be up next week. If you haven't seen the previous video, which is part 1, which is the foundation routine, that would be in the down bar below. So please subscribe to see all of these gorgeous videos, and then I'll see you guys next week. Bye. What you feel, just when you recall it.